one of the successors of the Satavahanas in the Deccan and contemporaneous with the Guptas in northern India. What do we know about the Vakataka dynasty? Hello and welcome to UPSC History View. Today let's learn about the Vakatakas in India. The Vakataka Empire was a dynasty from the Indian subcontinent that originated from the Deccan in the mid-3rd century CE. Their state is believed to have extended from the southern edges of Malwa and Gujarat in the north to Tungabhadra river in the south, as well as from the Arabian Sea in the west to the edges of Chhattisgarh in the east. The Vakatakas were the most important successors of the Satavahanas in the Deccan and contemporaneous with the Guptas in northern India. The Vakataka dynasty was a Brahmin dynasty. Little is known about Vinda Shakti, 250 to 270 CE, the founder of the family. Territorial expansion began in the reign of his son Prabharasanawan. It is generally believed that the Vakataka dynasty was divided into 4 branches after Prabharasanawan. 2 branches are known and 2 are unknown. The known branches are the Pravarapura Nandivardhana branch and the Vatsagulma branch. The Gupta Emperor Chandragupta II married his daughter into Vakataka royal family with their support annexed Gujarat from the Saka satraps in 4th century CE. The Vakataka power was followed by that of the Chalukyas of Badami in Deccan. The Vakatakas are noted for having been patrons of the arts, architecture and literature. They led public works and their monuments are a visible legacy. The rock-cut Buddhist viharas and chaityas of Ajanta cave, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, were built under the patronage of Vakataka Emperor Harishna. Let's learn about Vinda Shakti. The founder of the dynasty was Vinda Shakti 250 to 270, whose name is derived from the name of the goddess Vindhavashini. The dynasty may be originated there. Almost nothing is known about Vinda Shakti, the founder of the Vakatakas. In the cave 16 inscription of Ajanta, he was described as the banner of the Vakataka family and a Vija. It is stated in this inscription that he added to his power by fighting great battles and he had a large cavalry. But no regal title is prefixed to his name in this inscription. The Puranas say that he ruled for 96 years. He was placed variously at South Deccan, Madhya Pradesh and Malwa. K.P. Jayaswal attributes Bhagat, a village in the Jhansi district, as the home of Vakatakas. But after refuting the theory regarding the northern home of the Vakatakas, V.V. Mirashi points out that the earliest mentions of the name Vakataka occurs in an inscription found on a fragment of a pillar at Amravati, which records a gift of Grihapati, a householder, Vakataka and his 2 wives. This Grihapati in all probability was the progenitor of Vinda Shakti. It appears from the Puranas that Vinda Shakti was a ruler of Vidisha in the present-day Madhya Pradesh state, but that is not considered to be correct. As per Dr. Mirashi, who has rejected the identification of Rudradeva in the Allahabad pillar inscription of Samudragupta with Rudrasena I. He has also pointed out there are no coins of Vakataka and there are no inscriptions of them in the north of Vindhyas. Hence, a south home of Vakataka is correct. However, it is true that they have ruled on some of these places since the epigraphs were available in Madhya Pradesh, etc. Let's learn about Prabharasanawan. The next Vakataka ruler was Prabharasanawan, 270 to 330, who maintained the realm as a great power. He was the first Vakataka ruler who called himself a Samrat and conducted wars with the Naga kings. Prabharasanawan has become an emperor in his own right, perhaps the only emperor in the dynasty, with his kingdom embracing a good portion of North India and the whole of Deccan. Prabharasanawan carried his arms to the Narmada in the north and annexed the kingdom of Purika, which was being ruled by a king named Sisuka. In any case, Prabharasanawan certainly ruled from Bundelkhand in the north to the present Andhra Pradesh in the south. The Puranas assign him a reign of 60 years. As per V.V. Mirashi, it is unlikely that Prabharasanawan made any conquest in northern Maharashtra, Gujarat or Konkan. But Prabharasanawan may have conquered parts of North Kuntala comprising Kolhapur, Satara and Solapur districts of Maharashtra. In the east, Prabharasanawan may have carried his arms to Dakshina Kosala, Kalinga and Andhra. He was a follower of Vedic religion and performed several yaggas which include Agnishtama, Aptarayama, Ukta, Shodasin, Atiratra, Vajapeya, Brihaspatistva, Saddaskara and 4 Ashwamedhas. Prabharasanawan heavily donated to the Brahmins during the Vajapeya sacrifice as per the Puranas. He also took up the title Dharma Maharaja in addition to Samrat. He called himself as Haritiputra. Prabharasanawan's prime minister Deva was a very pious and learned Brahmin. The Puranas say that Prabharasanawan had 4 sons. He married his son Gautamiputra to a daughter of King Bhavanaga of the powerful Bharashiva family, which might have proved to be helpful. However, Gautamiputra predeceased him and he was succeeded by his grandson Rudrasena I, the son of Gautamiputra. His second son Sarvasena set up his capital at Vatsagulma, that is the present-day Washim. Nothing is known about the dynasties set up by the other 2 sons. Let's learn about the branches of the Vakataka dynasty. It is generally believed that the Vakataka ruling family was divided into 4 branches after Prabharasanawan. 2 branches are known and 2 are unknown. The known branches are Pravarpura Nandivardhana branch and the Vatsalgulma branch. Let's learn about the Pravarpura Nandivardhana branch. The Pravarpura Nandivardhana branch ruled from various sites like Pravarpura or Paunar in Wardha district and Mansar and Nandivardhan or Nagardhan in Nagpur district. This branch maintained matrimonial relations with the imperial Guptas. Rudrasena I. Not much is known about Rudrasena I, the son of Gautamiputra, who ruled from Nandivardhana near Ramtek hill about 30 km from Nagpur. There is a mention of Rudradeva in the Allahabad pillar inscription bundled along with the other rulers of Aryavarta. A number of scholars like A.S. Altekar do not agree that Rudradeva is Rudrasena I, since if Rudrasena I had been exterminated by Samudragupta, it is extremely unlikely that his son Prithvishena I would accept a Gupta princess, Prabhavati Gupta, as his daughter-in-law. Secondly, no inscription of Rudrasena I has been found north of the Narmada. The only stone inscription of Rudrasena I's reign discovered so far was found at Deotek in the present-day Chandrapur district. So he cannot be equated with Rudradeva of the Allahabad pillar inscription, who belonged to the Aryavarta. Prithvishena I. Rudrasena I was succeeded by his son named Prithvishena I, 355 to 380, and Prithvishena I was succeeded by his son named Rudrasena II. Let's learn about Rudrasena II, Divakarasena and Prabharasana II. Rudrasena II, 380 to 385, is said to have married Prabhavati Gupta, the daughter of the Gupta king Chandragupta II, 375 to 415. Rudrasena II died fortuitously after a very short reign in 385 CE, following which Prabhavati Gupta 385 to 405 ruled as a regent on behalf of her 2 sons, Divakarasena and Damodaresena. Damodaresena was also known as Prabharasana II. During this period, the Vakataka realm was practically a part of the Gupta Empire for 20 years. Many historians refer to this period of 20 years as the Vakataka Gupta age. While this has been widely accepted more than 30 years ago, this line of argument has no proper evidence. Prabhavati Gupta's inscription mentions about one Devagupta, who is her father, and the historians equated him with Chandragupta II. However, there is no other source to prove that Devagupta is really Chandragupta II. Prabharas- Prabharasana II composed the Setubandha in Maharashtri Prakrit. A few verses of the Gaha Sattasai are also attributed to him. He shifted the capital from Nandivardhana to Pravarapura, a new city founded by him. He built a temple dedicated to Rama in his new capital. The highest number of so far discovered copperplate inscriptions of the Vakataka dynasty pertain to Prabharasana II. He is perhaps the most recorded ruler of ancient India after Ashoka the Great. Let's learn about Narendra Sena and Prithivishena II. Prabharasana II was succeeded by Narendra Sena 440 to 460, under whom the Vakataka influence spread to some central Indian states. Prithivishena II, the last known king of the line, succeeded his father Narendra Sena in 460. He was defeated by Vishnukundina king Madhavavarma II. After his death in 480, his kingdom was probably annexed by Harishna of the Vatsagulma branch. Let's take a look at the Vatsagulma branch. The Vatsagulma branch was founded by Sarvasena, the second son of Prabharasanawan after his death. King Sarvasena made Vatsagulma, the present-day Washim in Washim district of Maharashtra, his capital. The territory ruled by this branch was between the Sahyadri range and the Godavari river. They patronized some of the Buddhist caves at Ajanta. Sarvasena 330 to 355 took the title Dharma Maharaja. He is also known as the author of Hari Vijaya in Prakrit, which is based on the story of bringing the Parijat tree from heaven by Krishna. This work, praised by later writers, is lost. He is also known as the author of many verses of the Prakrit Gaha Sattasai. One of his ministers' name was Ravi. He was succeeded by his son Vinda Sena. Vinda Sena 355 to 400 was also known as Vinda Shakti II. He is known from the well-known Washim plates which recorded the grant of a village situated in the northern marga of Nandikata, presently Nanded, in his 37th regnal year. The genealogical portion of the grant is written in Sanskrit and the formal portion in Prakrit. This is the first known land grant by any Vakataka ruler. Vinda Sena took the title of Dharma Maharaja and defeated the ruler Kuntala, his southern neighbor. One of his ministers' name was Pravara. He was succeeded by his son Prabharasana II. Prabharasana II, 400 to 415, was the next ruler of whom very little is known except from the cave 16 inscription of Ajanta, which says that he became exalted by his excellent, powerful and liberal rule. He died after a very short rule and succeeded by his minor son, who was only 8 years old when his father died. Name of this ruler is lost from the cave 16 inscription. Devasena. This unknown ruler was succeeded by his son Devasena, 450 to 475. Devasena administration was actually run by his minister Hastibhoja. During his reign, one of the servants of Devasena, Swaminadeva, excavated a tank named Sudarshana near Washim in 458 to 459. Harishna 475 to 500 succeeded his father Devasena. He was a great patron of Buddhist architecture, art and culture. The World Heritage Monument Ajanta Caves is surviving example of his works. The rock-cut architectural cell 16 inscription of Ajanta states that he conquered Avanti or Malwa in the north, Kosala or Chhattisgarh, Kalinga and Andhra in the east, Lata, central and southern Gujarat, and Trikuta or Nasik district in the west, and Kuntala or southern Maharashtra in the south. Varahadeva, a minister of Harishna and the son of Hastibhoja, excavated the rock-cut vihara of cave 16 of Ajanta. 3 of the Buddhist caves at Ajanta, 2 viharas, cave 16 and 17, and a chaitya, cave 19, were excavated and decorated with painting and sculptures during the reign of Harishna. According to an art historian, Walter M. Spink, all the rock-cut monuments of Ajanta, excluding cave numbers 9, 10, 12, 13, and 15a, were built during Harishna's reign, though his view is not universally accepted. Harishna was succeeded by two rulers whose names are not known. The end of the dynasty is unknown. They were probably defeated by the Kalachuri of Mahismati. The Dashakumaracharita version of the end. According to the 8th Uchchavasa of the Dashakumaracharita of Dandin, which was written probably around 125 years after the fall of the Vakataka dynasty, Harishna's son, though intelligent and accomplished in all arts, neglected the study of the Dandaniti or political science and gave himself up to the enjoyment of pleasures and indulged in all sorts of vices. His subjects also followed him and led a vicious and dissolute life. Finding this a suitable opportunity, the ruler of the neighboring Ashmaga sent his minister's son to the court of the Vakatakas. The latter ingratiated himself with the king and egged him on in his dissolute life. He also decimated his forces by various means. Ultimately, when the country was thoroughly disorganized, the ruler of Ashmaga instigated the ruler of Vanavasi in the North Kannada district to invade the Vakataka territory. The king called all his feudatories and decided to fight his enemy on the bank of the Varada or Vardha. While fighting with the forces of the enemy, he was treacherously attacked in the rear by some of his own feudatories and killed. The Vakataka dynasty thus ended with his death. Thank you very much for listening on the Vakataka dynasty. For more such discussions, get the UPSC Practice app from the App Store.